Golly, they probably thought we quit.
Well, I think so. But we're back now. We're
We
back
are
now.
back now, just in time for the middle of the holidays. This is that spell between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Everybody's stressed out and hustling and trying to get everything done. We'll sit down, relax for a brand new episode of Real Fine by Me. We're happy to
Real
have you.
fun. Yeah. I took a work trip for 2 weeks. That's part of the discussion. I think me and Josh hadn't talked about this, but probably after this episode, we might do a couple Christmas
Oh
movies.
yeah, yeah, for
Break out
sure.
the break out the Christmas wheel again. Uh,
Might as
last
well.
year, last year we did Die Hard, so that one won't be on the list. But we'll do a couple Christmas movies here before Christmas time. So, um, with how much more introduction? Let's see what this wheel has in store for us.
I'm anxious.
Beerfest.
Classic,
I think
classic.
I
We've been
think
on a
we're just
run.
have of Broken Lizards. The last one we did was Club Dread. This is
We did
Beerfest with Super
Super
Troopers.
Troopers was probably what about 2 months ago, maybe or
Yeah,
so. So I mean, I think that we should just probably. I mean, we got two or three more, and we'll have all of them, all the
yeah.
big
What's
ones.
Super Troopers 2?
Slam and
Uh,
Salmon,
Slammin' Salmon.
which is hilarious, by the way.
Um, what else do they have? I know they got that show, but
Yeah,
they
there's
directed the Dukes of Hazzard with Johnny Knoxville and Sean William Scott.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Broken
I
Lizard.
can't.
Let's see. Real quick, so just because, just for sake of argument, this is a movie podcast, and this we are doing Beer
Yeah,
Fest. So they have okay, so they had a movie called Puddle Cruiser that came out in '96. It wasn't as big,
yeah.
but I'm sure it's a cult classic. Then you got Super Troopers, Club Dread, Beer Fest, The Slammin' Salmon, Super Troopers 2, the show Tacoma Fire Department, and the newest movie, which is on Hulu, is called Quasi. It's about the Hunchback, or it's like I haven't watched it yet, but
And they're doing Super Troopers 3 right now
yes, yep.
at the time of this filming.
You
So
know who I can like equate them to a lot? Like, of course, it for me especially because it's like my kind of like brand of comedy. Like they're kind of like I kind of equate them like the Trailer Park Boys guys.
yeah,
Well, my light went out for a second, but yeah, like because like they're popular, they're really funny, they're good, they're talented guys, but they didn't sell out, right? Like
right.
they own all their own material still, as far as I know. Like they never went to like Warner Brothers or one of these bigger companies and like, all right, we're gonna let y'all tell us kind of how to we're gonna do our stuff, you
Yeah, I
know.
kind of liken them to the South Park guys, Trey
Yeah,
Parker and
yeah,
Matt Stone as
right.
well. You know, they've done a couple movies. They got their show. They don't really care what people think. They just do their own thing, and
They
they have
make
a
it for themselves, you know.
yeah. So,
That's kind of
well,
the approach I do with like Fine by Me too. Like, like I just kind of like, anyway, not to get on the side
no,
track,
you're
but
both.
but.
So, how about we watch this thing? We'll come back and talk about it.
Yo, it's Josh and T-Cat. Best believe that. Reeling in the truth. Stacking on the film stack. Popcorn popping. Critics keep talking. On this podcast, ain't no time for stalking. Real fine by me, we keeping it free. Josh and T-Cat, the hosts you wanna see. Movie reviews, jokes that ain't new. Keep it locked in, cause we know what to do. Lights, camera, action, movie main attraction. Critics we ain't, but we got that passion. Breaking down the scenes, funny like memes. Josh and T-Cat, man, living the dream.
Well, Beer Fest from 2006. Um, this thing
Grandpapa,
run it runs an hour. It runs an hour and 50 minutes. I
that's a long
when I
comedy movie.
when I wrote that down, I was like, it didn't feel like it was that long. But then you start thinking about, yeah, it kind of is.
Well, you
Uh,
think about the beginning, that whole leading up before you even get to the beer fest stuff. Like it's the backstory and it's
right.
like, man, the history of their family and all that
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah, and they managed to kill Landfill and bring him back all in the same movie.
all in the
It's
same movie.
it's
Is the
Well,
dad is the grandfather in the beginning? Is that Donald Sutherland?
I
Man,
don't
it
know.
looks
Maybe.
just like Donald Sutherland. If it's not, that could be his doppelganger or whatever.
So, like I said, this movie was made in 2006, so it's one of those early 2000s comedies. Budget of 17.5 million. Looks like it grossed about 20 million in the box office, so it did make its money back. Um, a couple facts I found: the cast is mostly drinking non-alcoholic beer, although at the end of shoots on certain days they would switch it over to real beer. Um,
I'm sure
they
that's pretty funny that they would. I'm sure those days were wild filming sometime, you know?
So Kevin Heffernan's brother painted all the family portraits you see in the background that they show. Uh,
Silly
Apparently,
dude.
they were most impressed by Will Forte and his drinking ability and how fast he could actually uh, drink beer. Das Boot means the boat in German. It has nothing to do with an actual boot.
Das Boot.
And they tease a movie at the end of this called Pot Fest, which has never came to fruition. But they have talked about making it an animated film called Pot Fest.
That'd be good. I'd
That's about
I'd watch it.
all I've got.
I'd watch it.
Uh,
I'd watch it.
yeah, it's
This
this.
movie, dude, this movie, I watched this movie so many times my senior year of high school that I think it became part of my personality. Maybe that's why I started drinking so much. The
That could
part,
be.
the part where Jay Chandra's car or whatever, he's like the prostitute, the male prostitute, and they
Oh
flick that quarter,
yes,
that guy, oh, a quarter, and like they like are fighting over a quarter. Just
all
it
those
cracks
homeless
me
guys.
up every time. Like they're out there just like scrapping over a quarter.
Uh, yeah, that's probably my one of the funniest parts of this film as well. That and the
If
black
you have to
lady
ask,
he
you can't
takes home.
afford it.
Yeah. That and the black lady he takes home after that night, and he thinks that's pretty funny.
The
Uh,
mustard, mustard all
yeah.
over him.
So this is definitely reminiscent of the time it was made in early 2000s. They kind of went pretty hard. I don't think you could make this movie today. Just you probably could make a beer fest movie about drinking beer, but the other crude jokes and stuff that they did, I don't know if they could make that
Well, I
this
think that's why they're
today.
probably leaning towards the animated. If they do Pot Fest, it would be animated because you can really skirt a lot of stuff
Yeah,
underneath the disguise of a cartoon. Like Rick and
right.
Morty gets away with some wild shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they do for
So
sure.
yeah,
So essentially, this movie is about two brothers that travel to Germany to scatter their grandfather's ashes, only to discover there's an underground tournament called Beerfest. And after being humiliated by the German team, they return home to make their own squad of beer drinkers to go to a rematch. So you get um, Paul Sorter, Eric Stolzen as the brothers for the German team, Barry J. Shandeskar, uh,
Barry.
Phil Landfill Kernuttle, played by Kevin Heffernan. The whole Broken Lizard cast is in here. Steve Lemmy plays Fink, which I think he's the chameleon of the group. He plays so many different roles throughout all their
He's
movies.
yeah, man. He is like the
Like he's
almost
the
like the
nerd, and
glue, dude. And he can play off any of them. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
he's the nerd in this movie. The last
Yeah,
movie we reviewed, Club Dread, he was the sexy ladies man.
yeah.
He's all over the place. He plays a lot of different roles.
He
So
usually plays one of the bigger roles though in all of the movies. I think you can tell. I don't know if he does a lot of the writing, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. You know
big
what I mean?
yeah, big name in this movie. Cloris Leachman plays Gam Gam.
Yeah.
Uh,
Donald
Will
Sutherland
Ford.
is the grandpa.
Yeah. Will Forte's in this movie. At the time of shooting this, I don't think he was as big of a name as he is now. Um, but yeah,
Two brothers.
it's a so we kind of covered what the plot of this movie
Well,
was.
also too, an underlying thing in the movie is this secret family recipe for like the best tasting beer
The
out of
best,
like Germany or
right,
Bavaria is what they call it, And so like that's like a whole like the Germans are trying to get this recipe by any means necessary. So like that's where the big girl coming home with Barry
right,
comes into play. She's like an assassin. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So that's pretty wild. What about the part where I get like almost out of breath whenever Landfill falls into that big vat of beer.
That a beer. He tries to
Yes,
drink his way
dude. And
out.
he's like sucking it. I'm like, oh man. And like you see it like swirling, like he's really like drinking it down. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that and where they go and get they go to talk to Fink, and he's in there
With the
har
frogs.
harvesting frogs.
Yeah.
Um, that
The essence of the
that's
frogs.
yes, that kills me every time because he slows down, he goes real fast, he slows down, and all you hear is the
He's like
riveting.
asleep. He's like
Yeah,
passing out. He's like hungover and stuff. The goat piss is pretty gross too. They have to drink ram's piss.
yeah, because if they can drink that, they can drink
They can
anything.
drink anything, dude. Like anything. And also, it did. I thought a funny part was like they're kind of older now. They're probably what early 30s, I would say, in this movie,
Yeah.
roundabout. So they think that like they're just gonna go and compete with this professional drinking team. So they go and get this keg of beer and they set up like we're not gonna leave today until this whole keg is gone. So like, oh yeah. And they start firing down on it and like it shows like an hour later and they're all just like sitting there just sipping beers like man we're never going to get through this like it was like almost like yeah man like you think you're like that young guy still that can go out and party
I
and
I never was that guy when I was young
oh
where
man
I would sit back and drink, you know, 12 beers in one sitting. I couldn't do it.
ah
Um,
man
I do remember I had a customer back around the time this movie was made that told me he would go home. He on his way home would buy a 24 pack every single day and drink 24 beers every night. That just the quantity, like the volume of that is ridiculous. Um,
I used to buy an 18 pack on the way home and by the time I got home I'd have a 15 pack and then it would be gone by either the next evening or I would have to go get some the morning after.
that
So I
that
would
the
drink 18 beers in 24 to 36 hours,
this guy was talking like he drank
a case
24
every
and
night.
every night after he got off
Yeah.
work before he went to bed.
Yeah, man.
That's a crazy amount of volume, you know.
Yeah, they sweat a lot. They sweat a
I,
lot.
but
Oh man,
I'm,
I've woke up with the shakes and everything.
me and since this is Beerfest, we could talk about this. Me and the wife talk about this all the time. I can't remember very maybe on one hand how many times I've been drunk.
Oh man.
Like, and I've never been blackout drunk, and I can't. Basically, I everybody when I'd go out to bars and stuff when I was that age and hang out with people, everybody would ask me the next day, "Well, what happened?" Because I always remembered what went on. I have a high tolerance for alcohol, I believe,
Yeah.
and that might be the reason why I don't drink much is because it never really did anything for me.
It would take
You
so
know.
much for you to get there.
Hmm.
By the time you do, it's like I'm sick of this. Oh, I've been blackout drunk. I've been blackout drunk in the theater watching Twilight Breaking Dawn Part Two, and
Well, you
didn't even
probably needed.
and took a cup and dumped it out, and threw up in it, and kept on watching the movie. Yeah, I've been that guy. Yeah, so
Well,
I've been on the other side of the spectrum too.
two things. The movie probably made you throw up,
That's probably what it was. It was probably the
and
Shogun before it was the Japanese food before.
you probably needed to be drunk to watch that movie.
That's
To be
true.
honest with you, so.
I think it was a mixture of the egg rolls and sake bombs before the movie. I drink a whole bottle of sake.
So
Yeah,
have you ever took place or have you ever did any of these type of events where there's a beer
I've done
drinking
all of those.
competitions?
I've done all
Okay.
of them. I love this movie because obviously, as you know, I haven't drank in 5 years almost.
Yeah.
So this movie is like a little vacation for my brain because I know that in my house I can. And I've also seen this movie enough. Like I was saying, I've seen this movie enough. Like I know kind of like what to expect. Like what could maybe trigger me to like make me want me drink. But I don't really miss like the alcohol as much as I miss like this stuff. Like I like the like I can like romanticize about drinking, like like at a cookout or like you hanging out with your buddies
Yeah,
or
the camaraderie you got while you were doing it is what you're
while
looking
I was
for.
doing it because I
Mm.
was never one to like drink by myself. Like I would
Right.
like do that, but like I would just party, dude. Like I just like to like drink, and it was mostly like if I did drink by myself, I was already drunk. Like it wasn't like I just set out to like be alone, like drinking. So like the games and like the just that party scene, like where they are trying to party with all these young people and like all this stuff, like that was like it kind of like clicked with me like it's okay to like not be like that person anymore. Like at some point, like I think you are supposed to
Yeah,
outgrow this stuff.
you
Like,
are for sure.
so like yes, so like I never looked at it that way until I quit drinking, right? Because it was such a part of my life to where it was just normal. So looking at this like through a maybe like a kaleidoscope almost, it's like there's all those different pieces that are fun, but then you think about you see the hangover and the dude jerking off the frog, like falling asleep, and you're like, man, and just like trying to be like I'm 37 years old now, so like I don't want to feel like shit tomorrow.
Right.
Like I want to have all the good days I can have now. So like it's not even like I don't care about that. Like
I, th- I
I
think
can
you
look
reached
back
a
and like
point.
reminisce, like I can like, oh yeah, I did all that shit. It was fun. I got all the way up to the
Right.
pretty much, all the way to the point of rehab. So, I think I did my fair share,
Yeah, you probably did my
Yeah.
fair share too.
So I mean,
So
yeah, I think it's healthy to like, to like not keep doing that stuff.
I think you wake
Obviously.
up. I think you wake up one morning after doing that, and you feel so bad that you realize I can't do this all the time. And then you probably go out and do that 4 or 5 more times. And then you're like, yeah, I really can't do this. I've got to work. I've got bills to
Oh yeah,
pay. I
dude.
got
And I
kids
got
to take
kids
care of.
that are going to want to hang out tomorrow, and they're not going to be like, "Well, Dad's hungover. Oh,
Yeah.
I got to take it easy on him. I'm going to go in here and fix him a big greasy sandwich." No, they're not going to do that. But also like I think about like all the money I've spent like on drinking and just
Yeah.
like that stuff, and it was fun and stuff. But you're like, man, like you can't go figuring that stuff up. Also, I think too, like our culture, like we're in the South, so
Yeah.
like it's not as like in everyday life. Like nobody, even though I'm an alcoholic and it's in my family, like I didn't grow up like in households that really drink a lot. Like we didn't do that, but it's
Yeah.
still in me. But like if we lived like in like Germany or like Western Europe and like some of like or even up north here like Wisconsin, like Minnesota, like those northern states, like they drink it like it's part of their culture. Like this is like they have Oktoberfest themselves, like in like
Right.
Wisconsin and stuff, because that's where they come from when they come over here. So I think that it kind of helps here too that it is kind of still like almost a stigma in the South, in the Bible Belt especially. Like if you don't want to be that drunk guy unless it's on the golf course on Sunday after
Right.
church. So like you kind of get a pass there. But it's like not as difficult because y'all don't really part like my friends that I serve. Of course, now I have a whole different set of friends now than I had back when I was drinking. But it's like it's not you're not called like a sissy or whatever just because you don't. It's not like it's pushed on you or whatever. So like I think that helps too with also realizing that it's not an important thing in my life or in our life necessarily. But this movie sure makes it look fun again.
It does do that for sure. I think they did a great job with the filming those sets where they're doing the games and stuff and making it look like a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, for sure. And they're like you said, they're also fun and they're like you can tell they're buddies, so it's a very comfortable. Everything just seems like it's not all their movies, I'll say, nothing seems forced. It's like everything just seems like they can just, it's like
Oh yeah,
smooth and
it
I
feels
don't
like
know.
they've done this many, many times.
It feels like they just hang out all the time and just laugh at this at the middle of the night, while they're writing it. So you can just tell that's like kind of like the South Park guys or whatever. You can tell they're also at the very foundation of their stuff, they're friends first.
For sure.
And this is just something you get out of that friendship. I think it's
Um,
really cool that they can do that.
do you think back in your day you could have chugged the boot?
Probably not, and probably not.
That thing
Maybe
looks so big.
I think it would. It's probably three. That's like three beers at one time, three or four beers.
I've never been the guy that like funneled a beer or
Yeah,
like cracked it open and shotgunned one.
I've
I've
done
never
it,
been
but
able to.
just
I've never
belch.
been
I don't
able to do it. So I know I couldn't chug it like that.
see people just throw up foam. Just the foam comes right
Yeah,
back up. Yeah,
it's so I can drink beer, but I do not do it in a fast fashion for sure. So
yeah. I don't think it's meant to be chugged anyway. I don't think you're supposed to chug anything. You know what I mean? I don't think it's good for you to chug carbonated beverages.
oh, not at
Yeah, I
all.
probably couldn't do that. And also, I was pretty good at quarters. I can
Yeah.
do quarters pretty good, but as far as like what's some of the other games they play? They do the boot, they do like
The beer pong, but they use
it's like
actual
ping pong.
paddles. Yeah, they use
Yeah, it's
actual paddles.
crazy.
It's not the beer pong that I played in college
And
where
they
you,
do like the fireman brigade, like where they chug it and go down, they do
yeah,
that. I would
the
that would be a hard one.
um,
We used to play flip cup, like where you have like a
yeah,
solo cup and it has
you
like
chug
liquid in
it
it. You chug
and you
it, turn
float.
it over and flip it
Yeah.
over until it lands. But yeah, we play that a lot.
So we had some friends that had a party every July and they called it the Beer Olympics and they did quite a bit of these games during that. And we were probably older than we needed to be doing those games, to be honest with you. But they did that, the flip cup, the boat race, the all those different things that you kind of see in this movie. So I think people still try to emulate some of this stuff just to have a good time. But
Yeah.
I'm 42 uh, as we sit today, so um, hell, I might be 43. Sorry.
43. He had forgot. He just had a
um,
birthday, ladies and gentlemen.
and
about 4 months ago.
yeah, and um, I'm too old to be doing this stuff. If I'm gonna be drinking beer, I just want to like have a
A
nice
few.
pizza
Yeah,
and
have a nice yeah.
grab a
It's a
beer, and that's
treat.
about it. Yeah.
It's a
So
treat, man. See, I always see my thing like that. Like the only thing I really miss drinking is like red wine. Like I love like wine. Like I like it with food, dessert, but you know what I mean? So like we'll be at restaurants. I'll be like, man, I'll see like somebody drinking like with some pasta or like something like that. Like, man, I bet that wine is just absolutely tremendous. Like I used to drink wine so much my mouth would be purple. You know what I mean? Like it was fantastic.
just a
Ears be
box of
hot.
wine and go after it.
Nah, I drink three or four bottles. I usually drink two bottles in an evening.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that stuff will make
that's
your stomach hurt. That's a lot of sugar.
and I know if you've tuned in to hear the review on this movie, we haven't talked much about the movie. It is exactly what the title says it is, right?
We talked about it
It's a
enough. We don't want to give it all away.
it's a comedy about guys drinking a lot of beer.
I
It's
do think
exactly
about
what
that
it is.
sometimes. Like, there's so many movie review podcasts or shows out there that like really like it's structure and breakdown, right? Where I
Yeah,
like this, like it's just like how you would talk about movies with your buddy or like with
yeah,
your
for
family.
sure.
Like we're not here to, I don't want to sit and nitpick
Yeah, you
somebody
don't want to
else's
be like,
work. It's all we only put movies that we like on, or pretty much movies that we're interested in, or unless y'all throw us something out there, like we'll definitely try it and watch it. But it's all movies are in our wheelhouse. We did make
yeah,
this list, so I just think it's like more or less fun. Just hey, you can do like all the movies we watch, where you can just get on there and turn your brain off. You can watch this, kind of listen along, like oh yeah, like that part was absolutely retarded, or whatever. Laugh along, or like that part was
yeah,
crazy, or I don't want to give away the whole plot because if you haven't seen it, like I don't want to be like, hey, they do this, and this, and the grandmother was a prostitute. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah,
And
gam gam.
I'm not gonna go into depth on um, the cinematography and that
No,
they used a 35 millimeter
yeah,
camera and
8 millimeter single shot.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
on a dolly, and I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to break all that
You
stuff
go over
down.
to the Criterion collection for that.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that do that stuff,
Yeah,
and I just this one's funny.
it is funny, man.
it's not a big
What'd you
like
say the budget was for this movie?
$17.5 million in
That's more than what I would have
2006.
thought. That's a pretty big budget.
I mean, in 2006, that's less than what they were paying Will Smith to do Independence Day. I
That's
mean,
true. That's true.
so
They're making
and that
20 million a picture.
yeah, Jim Carrey is real famous for getting $20 million
Yeah.
for his
Adam
movies, and
Sandler.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
those guys. That's
17 and a
true.
half million dollar to pay everybody in this movie and film it is a small
And they a lot of
budget.
location. It looks like they actually went to Europe.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
that's actually Oktoberfest for 100%. That's
Yeah,
Oktoberfest.
it is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did read that they did do on location, and that the people of Germany did not like them being there
No.
filming during that time, which
No, man.
makes sense.
Yeah, they don't like
So,
cameras over there showing stuff in Germany.
so I do got some good reviews. I'll tell you, I usually use Google reviews for these
Hmm.
movies. I couldn't find a single Google review on this movie for some reason. I don't
That's
know if they
odd.
changed the algorithm or what. So I ended up going over to IMDb, looking at their reviews there. And it's usually a 1 out of 5 scale that I talk about. IMDb is a 1 out of 10. So
Damn.
um, I've got Beerfest has got to be the funniest movie of the year. It's one of the classic movies you just watch with your buddies and laugh your asses off over and over because some of the scenes just catch you off guard. And trust me, if you love drinking, you can relate. 10 stars.
Boy, do I.
Now, on the other end of the spectrum,
That dude was
uh,
drunk when he wrote that. He was like, doo, 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 doo. It's the best movie ever.
Mad Mark here says, I made a big mistake of using my holiday afternoon to watch this movie yesterday. And normally you have to walk out after 10 minutes. This is the worst movie I've ever seen. 1 star.
Golly, he didn't even give it a shot.
Yeah. Well, I
Can you
mean,
imagine paying for a movie and sitting? Dude, I've never walked out of a movie 10 minutes in.
um,
I've walked out of one movie, Vanilla
I,
Sky with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz.
uh, I threatened to walk out of Dumb and Dumber, the prequel,
Oh, yeah, dude.
the where it's not even Jim Carrey and stuff. It's the two guys playing them as kids,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is the dumbest movie I've ever watched.
Yeah.
So um, I did stick around and finish it, but I should have walked out. Famously, my wife walked out of the Butterfly Effect.
Oh, yep.
Um, she couldn't take when they put those dogs in the bag and beat them with a bat.
It's pretty
Uh,
rough. It's a
so
pretty
she
rough.
walked
I
out of
can't
that.
watch that movie. I haven't watched that
Yeah, it's
movie since
bad.
I've watched that movie one time.
Yeah, it's a bad one. Um,
But
so
it's very raw. It's a real movie, man. That movie is absolutely mind warp. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure,
It
for
really
sure.
is. Yeah, you couldn't. I don't know if you can make that movie now as far as like
Mm-mm.
as a commercial success. No way. You can make it as an
No,
independent film and just take it to some festival and maybe show it, but it's not going to be
no
in.
wide
Yeah.
release movie.
No, man. No, it's crazy that like that we we're a very funny age demographic, this like 35 to 45 age, because like
Yeah,
man, we seen like the evolution of like, hey, manners, the Cosby Show, no cussing on TV. We got Boy Meets
yeah,
World. We've got these good, like all like these like heartfelt family shows, right? And then you got the internet hits, and you got
yep,
like porn,
yep,
Rotten.com, all this crazy shit like this. You've got the movies like Butterfly Effect, all those kind of movies, Hostel,
yep.
that were huge. Like, they were like really, advertised. And then you got like a 5 year period of that, and then it's like, oh wait a minute, we might need to pump the brakes a little bit on this
For
stuff,
sure.
dude. Like this internet thing might be a problem. You know what I mean?
Well,
Then
and
social media come out. You know?
you got movies like American Pie where they revolve comedy around sexual situations in the early 2000s. They and like Varsity Blues and stuff like that, and they don't
Yeah,
do that anymore.
they don't do that,
Um,
especially with minors.
yeah,
I mean, these are 17-year-old kids,
supposed to be high school kids.
right?
Um, anyway,
Yeah,
we're
sorry
kind
to
of
get off
getting to the
tangent
no,
there.
you're fine. We're getting to the end of this episode, so
Sounds good.
I guess we can go ahead, Josh.
I'm gonna give it 3.1.
So you're looking at mostly fine by me.
It's right in the wheelhouse. I could watch it anytime. I could throw it
Yeah.
on clean the house, put it on. Beerfest is on. You can start it halfway through, and
Yeah.
if you've seen it before, it's just silly.
So I'm right there. I was a flat even three,
Yeah,
so mostly fine by me as well. I agree with you. It's one of those movies I could just throw on and be
yeah.
fine with watching. If it comes on, if it's on TV, I'm clicking through, can't find anything to watch, and it's there. It's halfway through. I'll turn it on and be fine picking up wherever I picked up at. It's
I
almost
think.
like all their movies, the Broken Lizard movies. I
Yeah, I
think
was fixing
they're
to say
all
that.
that way.
I think
So
also like we just I really like those guys. So like I could
I
just
do too.
watch about anything there. Like they seem chill. Like you could go hang out with I would invite those guys over to hang out for supper. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah, they would
You
be a
know.
good time.
Yeah, and you wouldn't feel like you were around like a damn movie star either. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they seem very approachable. Yeah.
Well,
I think
Josh,
that's
I call that a review.
we got a little long in the tooth there at the end, just
That's fine.
shooting the bull.
Um, I think we'll go from here. It's the Christmas season, and we will probably do one or two Christmas movies before the holidays hit, and then we'll get back to
Let
doing
us know if
regular
y'all want us to
movies
add
too.
any wheel, if you want us to add any Christmas movies to the
For
wheel, and
sure.
we'll do it.
Yeah, please
Thank y'all
comment
for
down
listening.
below. For sure. See ya.
Happy holidays.